Okay, it's the day before our gig in Connecticut at this new theater. I'm just about to start getting my stuff ready, but I have an issue, and it's kind of scary. So I was just messing around with the Malcolm guitar, and I notice I have some real bad dead frets here. Listen to this. You hear that buzz, and then it's just buzzing like crazy. And when I looked closer, I saw this. Hopefully you can see this, but I have some really big dents in the frets down here. I mean, look at this. It's huge. I couldn't figure out for the longest time what that actually was and why it was happening. I mean, yeah, I use heavy strings, but there shouldn't be dents like that just from playing. I mean, in 4 years that would happen? There's no way. So I was confused until I looked at my case and realized right here is where that part of the fretboard sits. So the guitar's in there, and then obviously the frets are right up against here. Something must have banged it on the back enough that the frets got smacked, or the strings got smacked into the frets hard enough to make that dent, which is crazy, but that's really the only thing I can imagine happened, because otherwise it just isn't possible. So what this means basically is that this guitar is going to be out of commission for this weekend. It just doesn't sound good. I rehearsed with it the other day and the band didn't notice. So I could use it, but I'm just not comfortable using it, and I don't want to make the issue any worse than it already is. So that means for the first time out of actual necessity, this guitar is going to be my number one. And I did plug it in at rehearsal. I jammed with it a little bit, and it sounds really good. It requires a little tweaking of the tone because the pickup's not as hot, but yeah, we're gonna just have to go with this and see what happens. I got the tuning issues and everything else figured out, so it should be good to go. It's more just the tone that I'm gonna have to deal with. It's a little lighter, it doesn't have as much growl, so I'm gonna have to push the amp a little bit harder, which is fine. But yeah, it's kind of wild. Just when I think everything's going perfectly, something like this happens to throw a bit of a wrench in my whole setup, which shit happens, and you have to just pivot and make do with what you have, and the show must go on. Sounds good to me, so yeah, we're going with that. Aside from that issue, it's going to be standard stuff, just loading the guitars into the case, clothes into the bag, and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's only an hour, 45 minutes away from me. So once again, I'm driving myself, not in the van. Going to be driving home after, and waking up on Sunday in my own bed, which is always nice. This is a bit janky, but look what I'm working with here. I put like a rag under the strings, so when I put it in that case, it'll hopefully protect the frets. I don't think this rag's going to do it because it's a little too thick, but if I do this, I think it will mitigate that happening in the future. Maybe like a thin piece of foam or something. Yeah, it's a bit janky. I don't love that I have to do it, but I have to do it to protect the guitar. Yeah, this is what it is to be a musician playing gigs like this on the road, traveling for hours in vans, planes, whatever it may be. Your gear is going to break, things are going to happen, things are going to come up, so you have to be adaptable. You have to be able to pivot on the go and figure out ways to protect your gear when something like this happens, and you have to learn from it. So I'm trying to learn from it and come up with a solution that works for me. It's officially Saturday morning. Order of operations is eat breakfast, relax, pack up the car, and leave. Oh, and I should take a shower too at some point. But yeah, everything's pretty much already packed up, so I'm just going to chill for a while and then get everything loaded and hit the road. Out of the shower, about to pack up the car and go. The weather has turned gray and dreary, and I'm just tired, so hopefully I can gain some energy in the car ride. I'll blast some music and we'll see what happens. Car's loaded up, all the gear. Let me just think through this. Okay, I think I'm all set, ready to hit the road. Ride should be about just under 2 hours, hopefully, so we should be arriving at the same time as the band. And I don't think there's going to be much great scenery on the way to Connecticut. I've been wrong before, frequently in fact, but you know, we'll probably just check in when we get there. If not, I'll see if there's anything cool on the way that we can stop for, but I doubt it. I wouldn't say I'm starting to stress, but it's just becoming an issue in my head of what I'm going to do with that Malcolm custom guitar, just because the frets are so screwed up right now. I need to get it fixed, but our gig schedule is starting to get crazy again, and I don't have a third backup. So I'm like running through every possible option in my head. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Do I buy a white Falcon? Do I buy the other red Malcolm custom? Do I buy a second one of the regular Malcolm customs? A lot of thoughts going on in my head right now. Yeah, I don't know. There might be a new guitar purchase in my near future soon. We're going to have to see. It's just like, of course, I was, just talking about how rock solid this guitar is, how it's never given me any issues, and now it's almost not usable live. So that's just how things happen, I guess. Made it. I'm in a parking garage. I'm not really sure where the theater is, but this is the address. I think you might have to take the elevator to get to it. That would be so weird, though. So I guess we're going to be exploring this together, trying to figure out how to get into this place. This place is pretty funky. It's cool, but like there's really no entrance. At least from what I can tell, this is the entrance. I'm sure it's around back or something around the other side. But let's walk in through that door and get to the stage. Here's my first view of the interior of this place. I honestly thought I was in the wrong building, the way this hallway just keeps going on and on and on, and the twists and turns. I thought I messed up. Kind of feels like that scene in Goodfellas when he takes her into the Copacabana through the kitchen or whatever. Here's a look at walking onto the stage for the first time. Yeah, it's a cool little room. It's kind of funky. Has like a wooden sort of vibe. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's dark wood paneling everywhere. Really nice stage. Lots of seats for the size theater that it is, and just a cool looking room overall, honestly. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I thought it looked really cool. This is just me doing my walkthrough, and I came upon this old guitar here. Not really sure what the story is, but if anyone recognizes those signatures, let me know. I'm curious as to whose it actually is. Gonna have to be using the red one today, like I mentioned. Got them both in here with the t-shirt set up, so I think that should have saved them from any bumps, but I guess we'll have to inspect them in a little bit. And here's a look going towards the green room. Tons and tons of writing on the walls. There have been a ton of bands that have played at this place. I recognize some individual people names, some band names, anything, you name it. But yeah, here's another look at the green room as we walk through. Really big, comfortable space. One of the more comfortable backstage areas that we've played in. And there's some funny messages on the wall here, of course. Now that is cool. And so is that. Two heroes of mine, Eric Gales and Jimmy Vaughn. Man, it doesn't get cooler than that, standing on a stage that they've been on.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's maybe that's what did. Gotta go tune it.
So this is where we're hanging out for how many more hours? 5 hours till 8 p.m. Talking on the camera.
Yeah, this is it.
Gear is pretty much all set up, just a few more things to stand upright, and then I think it'll be time for sound check. They're just dialing in the speakers now. We're using that new sound system yet again, so hopefully after that rehearsal we had, it's going to be a little bit better tonight than it was last time. So I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to hearing it, and I guess sound check will be the will be the test. Again, the second test. Quick look at Soundcheck. I'll get into it in the actual vlog a little later, but yeah, it was a long one.
At the end?
Yeah, but he was waving us off.
Sticks feedback, love the ring, ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, okay. But that's what you play at the very ending?
Like,
But I go.
Soundcheck done. That was probably the longest one we have ever done, but I think I got my mix in a place that I like it. We'll see. I always feel like I think that, and then the show starts and it's different. But we'll see what happens. I'm happy with it. I think it sounds good. I think we're actually tighter now than we were last gig with this new sound system. So we'll just have to see what happens. Man, this really is just such a cool looking guitar, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Alright, basically chilling until we eat in about 40 minutes. Everything is good to go. Yeah, now it's the hurry up and wait game. I'm super tired, honestly. I don't even know why. I just feel like I got this wave of hitting me, but I will persevere. I will be having some caffeine before this gig, and the food will probably wake me up too, but yeah. It's days like these that are tough. I'm just like sitting around and I'm almost like dozing off in the chair, so you know. We'll see what happens. Sadly, still don't have that stage audio. I wish I could have shown you the whole sound check because it was rough in the sense of like there was a lot of feedback, things were going crazy, we were trying to dial it in, and it just was tough. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to even try to get those recordings until everything else is like fully ready to go. Not sure if I showed this yet, but I just have some old t-shirts in between the strings and the fretboard to protect it from hopefully you know, bouncing around like this. This is how it got those dents, I think, just bouncing in here like that. So hopefully that will mitigate it. Time for one last walkthrough before the doors open. Low-key lead up to this gig. I've just been so tired and chilling. I'm probably going to put the camera down on stage now. There's about an hour and a half till we actually go on. Hopefully I'll get a couple songs on video, and then I'll catch you guys after.
Of all you beautiful people, I'm gonna bring out my cell phone. When I get my ass home tonight, I'm gonna post it something.
Greetings. That was significantly better than the last show. The sound system was awesome. It really sounded clear. I felt locked in with the drums. I think the rest of the band agrees. Man, it's good to walk off stage and feel like this. The crowd was wild, which is a great sign. 2 thumbs up. Big, huge win for the night. And yeah, all good stuff.
Gotta wipe the guitars down after the gig. It actually goes a long way to preserving them.
I hope the crowd video came out good. They were wild on their feet all night partying. It was just, it was awesome, honestly. One of the better crowds we've had. That's all she wrote. How is every spot in this parking garage still taken up? It's like almost midnight. Who are these people? What's going on? In the car, it's about 11:20, hour and a half ride. Be home earlier than expected, so that's good. I'm looking forward to the ride. You know how it goes. I'm going to throw on a podcast and just chill. So here we go. I'll check back in when we get home. It's just about 1 a.m. Made really good time, actually, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, solid gig overall. Great sound, great everything. I couldn't have been happier with the sound, and I think it's just going to get better as we go on. The other thing I wanted to mention is that the red 62 Select Gretsch just crushed it. I was a little worried to have to use it as the number 1 tonight just because I haven't used it as much as the other one, and it felt less solid, but I think I can confidently say after tonight that it's rock solid. It performed and did exactly everything I wanted it to. So, yeah, a little tweaking on the tone maybe. But other than that, it was a really solid night, and now I'm going to go to bed.